Yo, what is up, guys? This is episode 4 of the Closeout Podcast. I'm my boy Anson. How you been, bro?
I've been good, man. This NBA Finals has been the best one. I feel like in the last couple of years. The last couple of years, the Miami Heat Lakers wasn't as exciting. The Warriors Cavs was pretty trash because of KD. But this series, 3-2, we got an exciting finish. What do you think, man? Do you think this is going 7 or going
Uh,
6?
I feel like, I honestly don't know. I feel like it's still up in the air right now. It's anyone's game. Suns, they haven't really been performing to their potential, and I feel like the Bucks are just like clawing their way out. They came back 2-0. Now, is this going to be the reverse sweep? They just come back down 2-0 to win 4 straight to win the finals. Maybe, right? I feel like this may be their game.
That's the first time that ever happened. I think Dallas did that, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the first time, but it still would be crazy though. Like for them to come down 2-0, to go down 2-0, right, and then come back winning 3 straight is insane. Like I don't know, man. I feel like that might, because I did say this in the first or second podcast where I said that I believe momentum in the NBA games are a real thing, especially in the finals. Like if they get going, they get the groove on, they know what to do. And after what happened, the last 30 seconds of the game, the Denver lost the ball, got stripped by Drew Holiday to that game winning dunk was just like insane. I feel like that was what dude, that would be like the dagger just for the series, like that happening. Devin Booker wants to come back out this tonight. He wants to win. Chris Paul wants to win, but the Bucks aren't, gonna just say, hey, all right, here, we're gonna give you this win. We're gonna go game 7, right? But I feel like the Bucks might close this one out tonight. I'm not sure, but I do still want the Suns to win. Hopefully CP3 and Devin Booker pull some magic out. But yeah, I feel like Bucks might take this one tonight.
Really? You don't believe in your boy Chris Paul no more?
Dude, I don't know.
I remember you had Suns in 4 or 5.
I said Suns in 4 and 5, because I thought they would have the momentum to carry them, to win, right? Especially after Giannis was injured too. Like, okay, Suns should be able to take this, but now it's looking pretty grim, man. It's looking pretty grim, dude. Like, I love the Suns, but I don't know. I don't
faith right now.
I'm losing faith, man. I'm losing faith. It's tough. All right, but let's see what happened. Let's see the Bucks score. What happened, tonight.
So my interpretation of this game, I think the Suns were doing, they were doing fine. Devin Booker was really carrying them throughout the first 3 quarters. Like, especially that third quarter, him and Middleton were just exchanging baskets. Booker was really keeping them in the game. I feel like the main difference, and this is why I feel like the Bucks might close it out tonight, and if they don't close it out, if they don't do this, right? Look, this is the adjustment they have to make. And I'm wrong, I'll admit. I said the first or second podcast, I said Drew Holiday should be guarding Chris Paul. No, you need Drew Holiday on Devin Booker.
Yeah.
That third quarter, we saw PJ Tucker foul out, or he had like
5 fouls. Yeah.
And that forced, because there was no one else to guard.
That forced Drew Holiday.
That forced Drew Holiday to guard him the whole fourth quarter, and Booker didn't do anything.
Yeah.
How many points did he have in the fourth? I'm not sure, but he had 30-something in the first 3, and he kind of just disappeared in that fourth quarter. So this series, this game, I feel like if they put Drew Holiday on Booker and they could somehow minimize Chris Paul, I don't know how worried they should be about Chris Paul. Like, they should just focus on locking down Devin Booker with Drew Holiday. And then, because Chris Paul has been playing so out of character. Like, this is not what we're used to seeing from Chris Paul. Like, 5 turnovers in game 4, and then he wasn't really taking care of the ball well the last game either. Chris Paul's like notoriously, not notorious, but he's like well known for being like one of the best, like taking care of the ball, highest assist to turnover rate. We just haven't been seeing that these past couple games.
Do you think it's because the pressure's starting to build up, or do you think it's because he's trying to force plays? Right. To me, I see him making unnecessary passes. Like, he's not being as aggressive as he wants. I mean, in game 5, I saw that he became more aggressive. Like he started putting up more shots up, started getting in his own bag a little bit more instead of trying to whip it out to, like Macau, Jay Crowder, or even Booker out there. Um, but I just feel like Chris Paul needs to get back in his groove. I see him like coming back in game 5 a little bit, but I feel like that was just a little too late. Right. Like I wanted to see more Chris Paul helping out Booker, extending the lead. I remember I saw the first quarter, like they were up by like what 14 points or something. It was crazy. And all of a sudden, the second quarter, they're tied up or something. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, like what happened, right? Like, what happened to that lead? It just got deleted. Like how? What was going on with the Suns? What happened, right? But it looks like Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday did a lot to bring the Bucks back in to erase that lead, erase that deficit. But going to Game 6, I really, really, really do wish the Suns do a lot better offensively along with defensively. Like be smarter with their plays. Limit the turnovers, right? What they were doing I see the free throws, right? Like they did hack the Giannis and they worked, dude. 4 for 11. That's pretty good. Taking away Giannis's potential to score from the line, right? That was really, really good. Fouling Giannis is, I feel like, good. I mean, for his Suns, they shot 90%. They only shot 10 for 11, and then Giannis shot 9. I'm not Giannis. The Bucks shot 9 for 17. But I feel like we talked about how they need to draw more fouls, and I feel like Suns are kind of doing that, especially like they're trying to draw more fouls to get to the line. But defensively, I just feel like the Bucks are so good defensively. They're top defenders. Like PJ Tucker's only job out there is to defend. Like either on Booker, on Chris Paul, or whoever he's on. Especially on Booker, right? Like I feel like that's a good strategy. Have Tucker, be a pest toward like Booker in the beginning. And if he does get in foul trouble, you can start bringing out Drew Holiday out. I feel like Drew Holiday offense needs to be there as well. So I think switching them out back and forth, allowing Drew Holiday to be the offensive threat, and then having him, defend Booker when he's like coming down late is good as well. Because I feel like, Booker is going to be offense all night. He's going to get tired out from Tucker, whatnot. As soon as Holiday's still on him, we can do the same thing with the Bucks, where we make him kind of useless in the fourth or like the closing quarter, right? Forcing his teammates to step up to either have to, carry, not like carry, like basically help the team win the game instead of just, I give the ball to Booker and have him do something, And I feel like that's what the Bucks have been doing really, really well at. But it was really tough, though, seeing that last possession. I think Booker really wanted that shot, but he just got stripped. I think there was like 3 players around him. Like everyone knew that ball was going to go to Booker. Like everyone knew.
I think that dunk from Giannis is going to be one of the most iconic pictures, bro. Unless something happens in Game 7, because usually it's like the closeout games, like like Kyrie crossover and the 3-pointer, and then, like the block by Braun. It's always like that closeout game, but I feel like we have so many good moments in like this series already.
Yeah, this series.
Honest block on DeAndre Ayton.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, I also want to bring attention to like Giannis' defense. Like his help defense this series has been really, really good. He's just been kind of like in the background. He'll come, and this is why Giannis is like one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite defensive players because he's not afraid to get dunked on.
Yeah,
like, a lot of players, they're not going to contest dunks because they don't want to be on Sports Center next week.
Yeah,
but Giannis, he doesn't give a fuck. He just jumps, and if he gets dunked on, he'll get dunked on. He got dunked on by Blake, but he also blocked Ayton. So
that's
the type of player Giannis is.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he doesn't really care more so about the social media presence. Like I think he said this in an interview. I saw like a clip of he's like, like he wants to just continuously get better, right? Like defensively, offensively. And like he just wants to be able to be there for his team. Like he would rather be the guy to get dunked on and like try to attempt a block or for his team to win than to like, okay, I missed it. I just give up easy points, Like I feel like Giannis is dude, he's evolving. He might be like I don't know. We said Luka might be the face of the league, but I feel like the way Giannis is going, dude, he's gonna be a really, really good, player in like this for the next few years, in my opinion, right? Like, I don't know. I never thought Giannis would be able to like make the transition from just like you said, the running den guy, or like him just coming down to go on a fast break where he shines, he was able to evolve his game. I can see that a lot. Like he's not afraid to like guard, the smaller guards as well, or even the bigger players. And I feel like Giannis is for sure, in my opinion, if they win, I feel like he should be, Finals MVP. Take it back from Chris Paul and Booker because they might not win anymore. But
I want to interrupt you, bro, because the internet, there's some crazy ass motherfuckers on Twitter. Stephen A. Smith, by the way, this dude said that Chris Middleton should be I believe CJ McCollum also tweeted this out. He said Chris Middleton should be getting Finals MVP votes. Yeah. I don't agree with this.
Yo, give me
Middleton has been good for the past 2 games. I got mine right here.
Yeah, you got your right there. All right, yo, cap, bro, cap.
Giannis has been great every game. Like he had one bad game, his first game back from a serious hyperextension knee injury.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, his second worst game was like 26 points.
Exactly.
And he's been good. He has 2 40-point games and a 30-point game. So I don't understand why Giannis wouldn't be MVP. Middleton deserves some love. Don't get me wrong. He deserves, a couple of claps.
Yeah, a couple of claps.
That's it, bro. But Giannis is undisputed. If they win, Giannis should be the MVP unless Middleton drops 70 the next game. Then then we can't argue it.
Okay, thing is, yeah. I feel like let's just say hopefully knock on wood, Giannis gets injured. If Giannis gets injured and Middleton drops 45, 10 and 10 or whatever to bring the team up to get a dub and win the championship, then fine, he can be in consideration of Finals MVP. However, I don't think just a few games should dictate his award for Finals MVP.
I think it's mainly a recency bias because it's just the past couple games and people are but if you were to have this conversation a week ago when Middleton disappeared.
Yeah, exactly.
Giannis had 40 and they came. I think they won Game 3 when Middleton wasn't doing that well. Yeah. He was keeping them in the series throughout the first 3 games, and the 4th game he had another 40-point game. So
exactly,
I feel it's more recency bias.
Yeah.
Because every year we see recency bias every year. I remember last year ESPN's top 100 they had DeRozan ranked 80. Because he was he didn't play or he got injured or something like that. And then they had Anthony Davis as the second best player in the world over Kevin Durant.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, put your cap back on, bro. But
damn, dude, what am I listening?
I just feel it's recency bias.
Stephen A. quit his job, bro. I'm gonna send my resume in right now. I'm gonna say 80 is better than LeBron James, and everyone's like, "Yo, get this guy on, bro. Get this guy on, dude." I would also want Iguodala to shoot the last shot. That would be my resume. I work for ESPN, man. God.
Put that on your resume.
Put it on my resume, man. They'd be like, "Yo, get this kid on, bro. This kid's speaking facts, dude." Oh my God. But I feel when they were down 2-0, Giannis was the guy. If they do, the Bucks look defeated. That's why I was like, "Yo, Suns gonna take it in 4 or 5." They look defeated. The Bucks, Giannis was dude, hands on his knees. He's tired. He just came back from a maybe potential injury, and he was the one that was like, "Yo, no, we're not going down without a fight." He tried to rally his team together. I feel he was the guy that was like, "Yo, I'm gonna drop 40, but I'm gonna need you guys to do something for me as well." And that's when Middleton, Holiday, and I feel the entire staff and the entire roster was like, "Yo, we have a chance. We have Giannis. Basically for them, the greatest player for their team is on their team. We need to do something. We can't just sit there and let him drop 40 and lose, But I feel Giannis is without a doubt for me, if they win Finals MVP, he has my vote, maybe I'll give one tiny vote, 1% to Middleton. But dude, I don't know. I feel Giannis for sure deserved it. And I think I saw someone else saying everyone on the internet is just trying to they try to take away from what Giannis did for the Bucks.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. You're gonna say give it to Middleton? What the fuck?
Dude, a lot of people are discrediting this NBA Finals, but you gotta think every NBA Finals is always injury ridden. Last NBA Finals, people were saying Mickey because of the bubble. People were saying, Kawhi, the Clippers shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
That's not in the Lakers' control. So you can't be they don't deserve this because another team failed.
Exactly.
Or you can't be the Bucks don't deserve to be here because Harden got injured. Giannis isn't responsible for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
They're dealt with what they get dealt with, and they just
Kyrie injury though. The Kyrie injury, I don't like what Giannis did. Bro.
oh, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother debate. But
dude, man, I don't know, man. Giannis a menace, dude.
and every year is like this too. Like it's not just the past 2 years. Like remember like Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay Thompson,
KD got injured, even though they should have never had KD anyways. But
that's true.
That's another topic. That's another topic.
That's facts, dude.
And then like even years before, like people were complaining about, oh, remember when Draymond got ejected that one finals, and then Kevin Love went down. So like there's always going to be injuries are always going to play a part of it, but I don't think you should ever discredit the winning team because they're not. I mean, unless it's like a Zaza Pachulia, like Kawhi Leonard situation where
that was fucked up, man.
That's fucked up. But like, you shouldn't ever discredit like a winning team if they don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I feel like the only reason, in my opinion, you could discredit a team if they were like caught cheating or whatnot, like they were like bribing the refs or some shit like that, like a big.
Or like the Astros that one.
Yeah, it's like the Astros. You know, like I feel like you should only discredit a team if something like that major happen. Like if it's all natural, it's all part of the game. Like, injuries happen, we all understand that, but to use injuries to discredit is really fucked up in my opinion. Like you're just taking it from their hard work. Cause I know everyone worked hard to get there, right? Like, bro, like it's kind of fucked up to say like, oh, your championship doesn't count as much, you know? Like fucking no Disney championship is no comp. There's no comp, but like, yo, man. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen with the game 6. I want the Suns, dude. I really want the Suns to win, dude. They need to find something. They need to find something that works to stop Giannis. You know, get the defense off of Booker, right? They need other players to be answering, so they can't just crowd around Booker and say, "Hey, man, we're gonna crowd Booker, so you guys still can't do anything." I know Mikal Bridges popped off a little bit at the end, trying to help out when Booker couldn't do anything. That was really, really good. He kept the game tight, but man, I just think the Bucks played. Stellar defense, man. He's played really, really good defense, man.
I think Phoenix got to look back at the game film and they got to see what they were doing the first 2 games. Because I saw the statistic it was all over Twitter. There was some on it. It was on Instagram as well. Basically, they were showing the total amount of passes they were making each game. And in the first 2 games, it was like 170, 167, like a lot of ball movement. And then the last couple games, it was like 110. Like it was 60 less passes per game. On top of that, there were like there was more Devin Booker isolations these past couple games than there was the first 2 games, and he was still getting his shots up, but it was less isolation. It was more of him coming off like off ball screens, coming off cuts, Chris Paul getting it to him. There was more ball movement. There's I think the other stat that was really revealing also was it was called Devin Booker's potential assist. And I'm pretty sure what that means is like how many assists could he have potentially got if his teammates were to hit his shots? Like how many passes that how many times did he passes to a teammate and they shot the ball? And it was a lot higher the first couple games. And then these last couple games, it's close to 0. So I feel like they're relying way too much on Devin Booker, and not to his fault. I don't think it's Devin Booker's fault.
Yeah.
I think the team is kind of – I don't know if they're easing up, but I don't know if they're getting nervous, but they're not playing like themselves. And it's forcing Devin Booker. It's kind of like, when you're playing pickup basketball and, like, your team's kind of garbage and you just got to try your best to carry your team. Like, you can't do ball movement because no one's going to do anything.
Yeah.
So you got to try to do everything yourself. I feel like that's what's going on here.
I feel that's
exactly playing with himself.
Yeah, I feel like you're 100% right. I feel like that's exactly what's going on. I feel like as Devin Booker, he wants to win a chip, and if you like pass your teammate, you can see like they're not putting the effort to move off ball, like off ball movements. They want to do that. They're putting their roles of what they're doing. It forces him as a player because he's a natural scorer. There's no question.
Hold up, bro. Keep talking, bro. I have your volume all the way up. I gotta close the window.
All right, go for it. I'll wait for you.
Are we good?
All right. So what I was saying was that we all know Devin Booker's a natural scorer. There's no question about that he can just put the bucket, like put the basketball in the hoop, right? But he wasn't that player the entire season. Like he was a player that, okay, yeah, he averaged like what 24, 25 points every game, but the team also got involved. But I feel like it might be nervous. It might be the nerves kicking in for the team, right? They're like, yo, everything's on the line here. We're 3-2. That's why I feel like, I saw a title like desperation versus discipline in this game 6. Which team just stay disciplined with the game plan, with the game flow, what's been working around, which team's gonna be desperate, chucking up shots for no reason, taking bad shots, pulling shots when you have like 12 seconds left on the shot clock. I feel like that's what's gonna matter a lot. But speaking of, just looking at the stats, like, dude, Chris Middleton had 29, Drew Holiday at 27, Giannis at 32. Okay, which is like around the same. Everyone almost averaged 30. You look at the Suns stats. You see Booker with a big 40, Chris Paul with 21, DeAndre Ayton with 20, right? Mikal with 13. He had a good game. Jay Crowder with only 10. I feel like, dude, if you're dropping 40, your other team needs to step up. Like doing 20 is good. I'm not saying it's like, oh yeah, averaging 20 is good.
Nah, they need to score more because it's not just 20 points like in the average regular season game. They're playing 35 minutes. Aiton's, 20 points is decent, but in 45 minutes, you kind of need more than that. Because usually 20 points is sufficient because you have other players.
Yeah.
There's only 8 players right now. Look at how short the rotation is. Only 8 players got minutes. And then like Torrey Craig, 9 minutes. Cameron Payne only got 15. So you getting 45 minutes, you have to have more points than that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just I feel like they just need to play better basketball. I can't really say anything else about it. They just need to play better basketball, right? Like PG Tucker only had 3 points, right? But his defensive prowess on the floor was like, dude, that's worth to me. He stopped a good like 10, 15 points. Like he didn't score 10, 15, but he didn't let the other team score 10, 15 points as well. Could you close the window for me? Okay, I'll close the window right now. Shit loud. Oh my god, my window's already closed. And it's still loud. Alright, whatever. It's fine, dude. Dude, why does gotta be someone cutting grass or hammering a fucking wall?
I think we start doing these at night, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Alright, let's get back on track. Okay, but yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it. All I have to say about the Suns. Do you want to add anything else?
I don't really got much else to say except like I said before, they just gotta look at their game plan. Their film. They just got to remember what got them there because all season we've seen beautiful Suns basketball.
Yeah.
We've seen people move without the ball. The ball movement has been amazing.
Yeah.
And these last couple games, I think part of it is also Chris Paul. I'm not sure if he's getting nervous. Chris Paul's my boy. He's my favorite point guard of all time. But he hasn't been as assertive. He hasn't been, that point guard we've been accustomed to. So he needs to just – I don't know if he's getting nervous or not, but he has to play the way we're used to seeing him play basketball. Yeah. And then if he does that, I'm pretty sure everyone else will follow. And yeah, that's what the Suns need to do, man. They just need to play like themselves.
I agree. I feel like I really hope to see what happens in Game 6. Game 6 is in like about 3.5 hours from now, but.